Looking for reliable forex analysis? Check out ForexScope for daily forecasts and insights to help you trade smarter. Link in the description and comments.
Australia is facing a significant crisis in its vocational education sector, with an alarming number of graduates finding their hard-earned qualifications rendered worthless. In the past year alone, an estimated 30,000 individuals have seen their diplomas, certificates, and statements of attainment voided as the nation's skills regulator launches a sweeping crackdown on fraudulent training providers. The Australian Skills Quality Authority, or ASQA, has been systematically dismantling these operations since late last year, cancelling the registrations of 11 training organizations and invalidating credentials issued by them. This drastic action affects a wide array of crucial industries, from early childhood education and aged care to disability support, first aid, and building and construction, with some students having paid as much as $20,000 for courses that are now null and void. The crackdown is far from over, with ASQA also deregistering an additional 4 providers, though graduates from these institutions are yet to be formally notified of their qualification. Cancellations. The enforcement arm of ASQA is currently investigating over 144 providers for serious allegations, signaling a deep-seated problem within the sector. Among the most significantly impacted organizations are Luvium, which operated as Australia Education and Career College, where over 7,300 graduates had their certificates revoked, followed by IIET with 6,800 affected students. Spes Education Thai Limited impacting 4,200, Arizona College with 3,500, and Gills College, which saw 3,300 graduates lose their qualifications. ASQA has indicated that the legitimacy of some of these qualifications is still under review. This intensified regulatory action follows a substantial government investment of $37.8 million, announced in 2023, aimed at enhancing the quality of vocational education and training, including the establishment of a dedicated unit within ASQA and a confidential tip-off line. Intriguingly, since the beginning of 2024, approximately half of the 3,127 tip-offs received by ASQA have pertained to vocational education providers catering to international students, despite these providers constituting only 20% of all registered organizations. However, only 2 of the 11 providers whose registrations have been cancelled, IIET and Gills College, were specifically registered to enroll overseas students. Industry experts highlight the complex nature of this situation. Higher education consultant Claire Field acknowledges the necessity of robust regulatory oversight to combat non-compliant providers, but stresses that the cancellation of student qualifications represents a significant escalation. Field suggests that in instances where students may have received qualifications without adequate study, an independent skills assessment should be offered. If these assessments fail to demonstrate the required competencies, then the withdrawal of qualifications would be justified. The gravity of the situation is underscored by the recent case of 2 graduate students from Sydney's Gills College, Dikshit Kadka and Sandeep Kaur, who are challenging the cancellation of their qualifications in kitchen management and aging support before the Administrative Review Tribunal. Kaur, who paid between $2,000 and $3,000 in cash for a certificate IV from Gills College, claims she was not afforded a fair opportunity to respond to the notice of cancellation and fears losing her job and livelihood. Gills College itself had its registration revoked in November 2024 after ASQA determined it had failed to provide the necessary training and assessment standards for awarding qualifications. The tribunal, in reviewing these cases, upheld ASQA's decisions. The Chief Executive Officer of ASQA, Saxon Rice, has issued a stark warning to students, advising them to be wary of marketing claims such as no classes to attend, no study or exams required, receive your qualification in 7 days, and fast-tracked pathway to skilled migration. Raya's advice is straightforward. If an offer seems too good to be true, it almost certainly is. The regulator specifically noted in the case concerning Kaur that individuals working in aged care roles, which involve the provision of services to potentially very vulnerable people, must possess appropriate training and qualifications. These developments coincide with the implementation of new standards for registered training organizations at the beginning of July. described by ASQA as the most substantial regulatory reform since its inception. These stringent standards, developed over 4 years of consultation, demand higher credentials for assessors and educators, increased compliance measures, and closer engagement with industry stakeholders. EMS Field also expressed concern that ASQA's current focus appears to be on students and domestic providers, rather than addressing the alleged criminal conduct of some international vet providers that was highlighted in the 2023 Nixon Review. This review suggested that certain private vet providers might be functioning as conduits to exploit the international student visa system, offering lower-level qualifications as a means to facilitate migration. Field lamented the apparent lack of action in identifying and removing providers who are allegedly manipulating the student visa system, even while acknowledging the importance of addressing quality issues across the vet sector. In response to these concerns, an ASQA spokesperson stated that individuals have the opportunity to respond to notices issued before a final decision is made regarding their qualifications, including through a merits review process.